don't you know? Banging our heads to the rhythm of the code. We don't care about dollars or the shiny blades. We're just holding to zero. It's our everyday. Round triplet positions, that's how we roll. We won't make a dollar, won't sell a thing. We're the zero holders, so that's what we say. Zero holders, that's what we say. Say. Zero holders, we're the kings of the sea. And none for your money if you live in the tree. We're all on the zero, it's our way to be.
Mega GMs, guys. Welcome to the Swarm Report. How we doing, fam? Happy Thanksgiving to my bros and my bras. How the hell are we? How we doing? How we doing? Luna, what's up, man? Good morning. Casual Thursday stream, casual Thanksgiving stream. I'm like real casual today. No agenda. We vibe through honestly whatever we can find. I like I said yesterday, we're never formal here. Today, a lot less formal. It is what it is. We celebrating today. DK, good morning. Luna, GM, sir. How the fuck would I know? But I didn't know you're vegan, Luna. And this is a very vegan-friendly show. Very vegan-friendly. My wife's vegetarian. My sister-in-law, who's visiting right now, is vegan. Grew up eating vegetarian food. Like, I love that stuff, by the way. Very, very, very vegan-friendly show. You're in good company here. What's up, Dad? Good morning, and happy Thanksgiving, dude. Who's got plans? Who's cooking? Who's just eating? Don't fucking spoil Stranger Things for me, guys. Not about that today. I'm excited for today. I don't know. Again, casual. We probably don't go the full hour, although I've said that the past 3 days and we've gone the full hour. But all right, we're live on Abstract X, YouTube. Hit the like wherever you're watching. Just do it. But subscribe over on YouTube. It's CryptoSlam over on that side. On X, hang on. We'll get there. Hang on. What was that? Oh, we're gonna play this in a moment. On X, though, make sure you're following CryptoSlam.io. And let me retweet this show. Make sure you're following Slam Nation. New handle. It actually happened. There we go. Slam Nation X over on X. Follow there as well. Luna, you motherfucker, dude. Unbelievable. No belief, no conviction, no. Oh, come on, man. I get it. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the crypto market this morning. Things are up. Luna might have played this perfectly, by the way. We did get up to did we touch 92? Did we touch 92 this morning? Like overnight? I heard some pretty exciting stuff. At least, okay, exciting is in Bitcoin up 5% is what I heard, which we'll take it right now. It's been a rough stretch. Luna got a shorts in at almost 92 at 91.8. We're down to 97, 92 resistance now. Okay. The beard's looking untextured. Hang on. What's up with the beard? I did fuck with some settings, dude. For me, it looks sharp. For me, the beard's looking like very, very, very sharp, like very high, very, very high res. I don't know, dude. Maybe you're buffering a bit. Maybe you've got maybe you got to download the texture pack. It looks all right to me. It's looking crispy. Hang on, let me fuck with some settings. I don't know. Looks right to me. Anyway, 92. Luna's in with some shorts. Like he said, I got it, dude. I have to. It looks great on my end. Probably a wise play. I don't buy it. I don't believe it. I'm not changing my thoughts here. I'm not changing my plans, my thoughts, which is expecting a pump, also expecting to see some more downside action. I'm not playing until I know. Not until I know. I'm not guessing here, dude. You know what I'm not doing? I'm not throwing away money. Not easily, right? I'm not giving it up easily. I'm not playing in the casino here until I know, until I'm very sure that this market is heading one way or another. And I'm not sure right now. I'm not sure on the downside, although I lean towards more downside action. I'm definitely not sure about the upside action that we have anything sustained. I'm not sure, but I believe it's coming. I just don't know that that's now. I don't trust this yet. This to me is every bit as much a Sunday low volume kind of pump thing, right? Like I don't buy it. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not. So we wait and we watch and we see, and I'm playing in easy mode. I say that a lot. I'm not trading like the traders here. I'm not trading. In easy mode, I'm in the casino. I'm playing. And why? Because it's so fucking easy in easy mode, right? Probably most of us here ran up our portfolios to well into the 6, maybe in the 7 figures, and that's last cycle. Maybe you did it this cycle too if you did GGs, but you did that in easy mode. I'm not out here grinding, trading when I think there's no edge. There's just no edge. Luna, a trader, though. Anyway, ETH, 29. Let's see if we get back over 3K today. Again, I don't buy any of it right now. Ripple 218, BNB 887, Solana 140. Really nice. Just nice to see some green again. If it's real, I don't know. Fear Greed Index, I'm really actually curious where we're at now because sentiment is starting to change. All right, you probably feel it too, right? Sentiment is starting to flip. I'm so I can't wait to see what this looks like when sentiment really flips. When we're out of the fear, like extreme fear. I'm pretty excited for what this market's going to bring to us. I believe still December, and I believe well into next year. All right, Bitcoin ETFs yesterday. Wow. In the positive here, 21 million inflows. Not much, but we'll take it. Over on the ETH side here, how are we looking? 60 mil, almost 61 million inflows. And then Solana, I at this point, I think I'm expecting about 50 mil plus in inflows. Let's see how we did. Let's see. Solana ETFs. Oh, dude, wow. That's our first day of outflows in the Solana ETFs in probably 3 weeks. Wish we could go back further with these. But first day of outflows in a minute here on the Solana ETFs. Only 8.2 mil. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy here. Okay, why are we not on abstract? What's going on here? Tom Lee, who I'll keep playing his sound bites. I'll keep showing the Tom Lee quotes as long as he's bull posting, bull talking about us. I'll keep doing it. I don't know if Tom Lee's got some insights that maybe we aren't privy to here. Let me play the clip. But Tom Lee speaking about 1010, the great liquidation. What do we call it? Luna, what did you call it a couple days ago or yesterday? I forget. We finally had the word for it. But saying 1010, oh yeah, he is actually. It's a good thing. It's a good observation too. Tom Lee thinks he's the ETH Michael Saylor. What's up, Hoods? Good morning, man. Okay, Tom Lee's saying on 1010, and let's see if he's right. I think he might be right here, saying that on 1010, a third of the crypto market makers went out of business. D-Day, that was it. Third of the market makers went out of business. That was the speculation, dude. That's what we were thinking. That's what we were thinking might have happened, that these market makers got wrecked and they're not here anymore. Some of them, right? Some of them. I think that's probably true. Now, I'm not just going to take his word for it, but I think that's true. It just makes sense. Something changed here. liquidity left this space? Was it market makers liquidity? It might be a third of them going out of business.
So crypto had been a leading indicator for actually most of the last 5 years. But on October 10th, crypto had what I would call Armageddon, a flash event, but it led to a liquidation that was never seen in the 15 years history of Bitcoin. About a third of the market makers went out of business that day. Almost 2 million accounts went to zero.
Yeah.
And it was because of a pricing error, what I would call a glitch. It led to what they call auto
you've
deleveraging.
definitely made that case that it definitely seems as if there was something in the kind of market maker functioning that got fouled. Yeah. Now, that being said, the reason you can have all those accounts auto liquidated is because there were that many accounts with that much leverage that got Bitcoin up to where it was above 120.
Yes.
Right. I mean, so it's not as if it happened in a vacuum.
Yeah. So in a way, it means crypto represents really a very precise measurement.
Okay. Come with the receipts. If you've got that, I mean, a bold claim, I don't know, but it's that's news to us, right? If you know that a third of these market makers are out of business, come with the receipts, or I don't know, or we're waiting for them to announce on their own. I don't know. Doesn't seem to be Wintermute, but what market makers went out of business here? But that's exactly what we thought happened there. We thought some were wrecked, and that actually a lot of the sell pressure here was maybe some of those market makers like fully exiting. Could be. I think I'm there. I believe it. I believe it at least. Tom Lee also thinking, and we know his predictions, right? He still thinks 200K Bitcoin by the end of the year. He's still calling for what, 7 to 9K ETH? I don't recall if that was by the end of the year or if that was by January. It's short term, and I'm not there with ETH. Bitcoin 200K is pretty unbelievable. I'm not there either, but whatever. I still like it. But strong December rally.
A really strong rally into year end. And I know we just came out of a pretty terrible grind. I've talked.
S&P target, okay. 7,000, 7,300. Let's see if we've got his ETH prediction on here.
A lot of PMs that have said it's one of their worst 6-week periods ever in their career. So we know people have lost money, they've de-risked.
Yep.
But we know into year end we have the positive seasonals, especially given how strong the May to October was. It's really a 5 to 6 chance that we're going to be up 5% into year end.
Again, the action we've seen in the market. Oh, dude, Luna, you're killing me this morning, dude. I love it. The price action we've seen is what he just said there. It is investors de-risking. It is that. We barely saw, okay, hang on, from home. We barely saw 80s and 90K since the election. I think we're okay. Doubt market makers will ever get out of the way, though, especially with Trump trading like a motherfucker that he is. Yeah. If market makers have been wiped out, if a third of them are gone, I imagine some new market makers see an opportunity to come in, right? Come in and kind of steal some of that business, get, those fees, take that action. I think it would make sense to me. If you don't believe that this run is over, if you think it's over, you're out. But extreme fear with, I think, most participants still in deeply, just de-risked a bit because of being unsure about rate cuts, which, by the way, rate cut percent chance on Polymarket still holding strong at, I believe, still at 83%. They're coming. 25 basis point cut is coming. Actually, up to 84% chance now. There's a much more official site. I probably should reference that more, although it's hard to beat prediction markets these days. 84% chance that we get that 25 basis point cut next month. Mostly priced in. I'll say that again. It's mostly, I still think we trend up after rate cuts. I won't be surprised to see us back at 100, but anything bigger than that, back to what, 110? I'm not so sure about that. That's probably Clarity Act getting passed, right? That's probably Clarity Act getting passed that brings us back to 110. What then gets us back to all-time high territory, 125 or so? What gets us back there? It could be stimmy talk. It could be. There's honestly a few things that can get us back there, right? But any of these big things that would move the needle in a big way before, they will move the needle, but not in the same way. I still think that extreme fear is going to keeping things tempered. We'll see. By the way, we had an awesome interview with Woot yesterday. Gonna shill. We'll do a little self-shilling, but hang on, where's that stream? E-Rock, good morning, brother. Good to see you. By the way, love seeing the Ordinals chat on the timeline. I know it's all FUD. Whatever. I don't, whatever. I'm glad to see people talking about Ordinals. In fact, Ordinals are basically all-time high fear right now, too. Extreme fear in Ordinals, and yet the prices, I think, are pretty awesome. Hey, lighter trending. Let's see what people are talking about. Anyway, Woot on the stream yesterday, right? The weekly Chart Monkey show. It was so much fun. But Woot's great, dude. I liked Woot. I left that loving Woot. Like, I think he's great. Had the spaces going at the same time, streaming on Twitch. Almost 600 people tuned into that stream, into that spaces. E-Rock, sure, yeah. Are we worried about quantum computing and the impact on blockchain tech? Yes. And what's worrisome to me, dude? I'll check that. Yeah, I'll check that, Luna. What's worrisome to me, E-Rock, is we were told that like any concerns we have about quantum computing is a while off, right? Like it's pretty far off. And then you have Vitalik saying he needs to make ETH quantum proof by like 28 or so, like really short term. Like that's a big focus for them. That problem might be sooner than we're thinking. Might be. Again, talking about things I don't know, but it might be sooner rather than later. It is time to be putting a big focus on that. The peace of mind I have about getting quantum resistant, I guess, is okay. Quantum computing is going to crack all of these private keys. Makes sense. I like it's just obvious that would happen. But quantum is the solution to it too. New types of encryptions that are made for quantum proofing your products. I'm not that worried about it. I'm just not. I mean, worried, right? But I'm pretty confident we will have fixes in place, right? Crypto Russ. Hang on, am I spelling it right? I'm worried the FUD will cause with normies. Yeah. Well, does it push people to the centralized exchanges, which is probably better for normies? You know what I mean? The big fear, the biggest black swan event, period. The biggest black swan event that's in waiting for us is the Satoshi wallet getting compromised. That's it. That's the biggest black swan event that's looming. And it's a real threat. Hang on. Crypto Russ. Luna, send me a DM. Yeah, DM me because I don't know. I'm awfully redacted this morning. By the way, those FWOG NFTs. Those FWOG NFTs, you're looking at a 4x basically on those. 12-pack, the 12-pack of these minted at $240. They're up to almost $1,000 right now. Kicking myself for not buying as many as possible, right? The individual boxes too, minting at what, 20? I'm going to say 24. I think it was a little less, but how much were the solo packs? These single packs, hang on, they're at $73. $73 for one box, which is a raffle, which is an entry into a raffle. 73. So you got your like 3-ish X out of that too. Crazy. Dude, you can win in this space still. You can win in here. You can see successful mints. It just takes the right thing, the right timing, the right method of delivering it, and it can work. And that's gonna, man, I think those secondary when that launches, when that ETH collection launches, I think it's going to do pretty damn well. Especially, look, if we don't get the pullback, if sentiment keeps heading the direction it is right now, that might be really, really great. Might be really, really great. Oh, this is great. Thank you, Luna. Oh, I did see this. Yeah, Polymarket's the closest thing to having a crystal ball today. I talk about this a lot, Luna. I'm like, dude, you want breaking news, you go to Polymarket. You want to get the best edge on one side or the other or whatever, you go to Polymarket. I'm sorry, but the money's usually more often than not going to be on the correct side. It is. Why not? Money where your mouth is. You're going to place your bets on the thing that you believe in, like you actually believe in. There is fuckery there for sure, but man, prediction markets are game changing. Not just because you bet on everything and it's fun. No, it's your fast track to truth. How long is this? Okay, let's play this. 48 seconds. Tom Lee discusses how Polymarket offers the clearest roadmap to understanding future events. Yeah, hang on. Let's play this.
That's exactly what happened with something like Polymarket, right? On a prediction market basis, where it came natively out of the blockchain and today broke out into the real world and is, look, it's the most cited way to actually understand events in the future. I mean, it's the Polymarket is the closest to having a crystal ball today. Like it is the closest to tomorrow's newspaper, and it's a native blockchain product. It didn't come out of an existing Wall Street desk that created this product. It was created by builders. So that's why I think Ethereum, and it doesn't have to be only Ethereum succeeding. You know, I think Ethereum, there will be room for others, but I can see the clearest roadmap for Ethereum succeeding.
Well, of course, because that's your bags. Of course. And he's not wrong, but of course. But yes, dude, I love your PFP. I saw this the other day. I was finding your account to send to English. I saw a little Luna rebrand. I like it, dude. I like it. Upbit got hacked, guys, yesterday or overnight. Not crazy. I'm trying to think. Was it like a 30 mil or so hack? They're going to make customers square, I guess. They've got reserves. But, yeah, Upbit. Upbit got. Everybody gets got at some point. Even kind of like the foundation of the space. Oh, dude. Luna, you know what's so funny, man? When I saw the .lit, I wasn't thinking lighter. I was thinking like, because I'm so dumb. Years ago, there was this thing called lit, like literature. I was thinking that. I'm like, why the fuck is he? Like, why is he on that? Lighter makes a lot more sense, dude. Back to 1010, right? And we have all this talk about it's the strategy FUD, it's JP Morgan, Operation Choke Point 3.0. It's all of these things. It feels like it may have been more coordinated. There was so much going on 1010. Rand Nooner maybe piecing it all together. We'll play this clip, but maybe piecing it all together that it was coordinated. I'm conspiracy theorist here. I am. I buy it.
The Bitcoin collapse that started on the 10th of October.
Hang on. Hi, shut up, bro. Hang on.
On the 10th of October wasn't a coincidence. It was a coordinated attack, a political attack, a coordinated financial strike on crypto timed to the minute. And the target wasn't crypto. The target is Donald Trump. Well, more correctly, it's not Donald Trump. It's the financial system.
By the way, it is Trump too. It is Trump. It is an attack on him and his involvement in crypto, because at the same time, there's talk about World Liberty Finance. It's the deals with, I believe, UAE. It's a lot of things. It's related to the CZ pardon. This is an attack on, yes, Bitcoin, yes, crypto, and especially on Trump. And man, he's doing us no favors with his shenanigans. He deserves to be looked into for this. Of course, he's doing some shady deals. Of course. But they're looking for any weakness we have in crypto, and they're going after that. And yes, it's got, Elizabeth Warren fingerprints all over it. But it feels coordinated.
That Donald Trump's building. And if you think that sounds dramatic, let me show you the evidence. Timestamp to show you how the cascade of the 10th of October was priced to the minute. Timestamp to show you how
Fuck, this is going to be a promo video, right? He's not going to give us the juice here. Actually, it's everything we've covered already. I don't think he's showing us anything new. Remember, his audience is people not necessarily tapped into what we're tapped into. It's, like the normie side of crypto. And then this is where they get their news. They're not scouring, X like we are, right? This is where they get fed that news. So we've seen all of this already. We've talked about this to death already, but I don't think we're going to learn anything from this.
Multiple institutions, agencies, and even political players all moved at exactly the same time against companies like MicroStrategy and a whole lot of other companies.
Great production.
This move had one goal: to hit Donald Trump directly, politically, and financially. And why? Because Trump isn't just a supporter of Bitcoin anymore. He's financially tied to it. And he's using it to break the old financial system, the same system that was weaponized against him. A financial system that includes politicians, puppets, banks, and even the Fed. I'm going to show you today exactly who executed it. I'm going to show you how they timed it, and I'm going to show you exactly why they're targeting Donald Trump right now. I'm going to show you how deep this thing.
Okay, again, it's what we've talked about. MSCI pushing to have strategy, delisted from these indices, making it so people don't invest into it through like the NASDAQ 100. That's part of it. Requiring more margin. I think it's like 50% more margin to hold strategy. It's that, and then again, it's the scrutiny on Trump and his holdings. That legit, that belongs there. Shady man, dude. Shady man. It's all of this together. Again, that's what he's talking about. The timing of it was on 10/10. This memo, I believe this was an announcement, or at least was something that was noted on a JPM research report about their delisting from the indices. That dropped on 10/10. Right before the crash. So yeah, Operation Choke Point 3.0 kind of happening right in front of us. I believe it. It's a conspiracy right now. I think we'll find out it's all true. JP Morgan, not friends of ours, I would say. We shall see. All right, guys, the Clarity Act, again, getting deep into the, let's just say progressing nicely. Markup should be done by end of the first week of December. Probably voted on and probably passed in December still, which is great. Not the only piece of legislation, though. We have CARF. I don't know if that's the CARF Act, whatever. It's the Crypto Asset Reporting Framework. Lengthy international standard developed by, is this even here? Is this a U.S. thing? Yeah, I guess it is. Crypto Asset Reporting Framework, a lengthy international standard developed by the OECD. Nearly 90 countries have already signed on. Okay, so this is not a U.S. bill. Full implementation begins in 2027, which, is not far off. I mean, geez, crazy how fast times fly in here. The core idea of CARF is simple. Every participating country must require that all crypto exchanges and service providers, what they call VASPs, virtual asset service providers, collect detailed information about their users. That means full KYC, due diligence data, tax residency, and your tax ID numbers. Tell you what, that'd make tax reporting way easier. We lose any anonymity that we had. We never had it. We know that. That was one of those things that was like, I'll speak for me, but I bet you it's all of us. I bet you it is. When we first got into crypto, whatever your time was, you thought one of the beautiful things about crypto was it's anonymous, right? You transact and you are not put on a list, right? You're anonymous. And then we learned, and some of us very quickly, and some of us took time, depends how dialed in you are to this stuff. You learn nothing about crypto's anonymous. In fact, it's the complete opposite. Everything is on a public ledger. And it's immutable. It's there forever. You will never get off this ledger now. It's the complete opposite of an anonymous financial system. It's everybody knows what you're doing always the second you do it. Scary as fuck. Also cool. There's things out there that are horrible and scary and whatever, and they're still cool at the same time. Things can be many things at once. This is that. Incredible tech, incredibly powerful, incredibly scary. And I think all of a sudden I'm a Zcash maxi. No, I'm not, but you know what I mean? It's why ideally for me, the goal is get in, make that bag, get out, live in the middle of nowhere in my little cabin. The end, game over, right? That to me is perfect scenario. That's me. The best case scenario is exactly that. We'll see how addicted to the game I am, though. But that's the dream. It's not anonymous. None of it is. So I don't love this, but also this is necessary. This is coming. There is no avoiding this. And again, that would make your tax reporting so much easier if it's all tracked instead of you going like you do every year, transaction by transaction, and calculating your P&L, and you know what I mean, and not just on your trades, but on your swaps and on your your airdrops and everything. It's brutal. It's brutal. It's ridiculous. Somebody else does it for you, great. There's a win there. There's a win there. Where were you conspiracy theorists back in the day when Epstein was involved with Satoshi? Dude, it's a great point. I didn't know till what? I didn't know till like 2 weeks ago when the Epstein emails came out and we found Satoshi telling people, hey, we've got a cool meeting coming up. Satoshi's here. What the fuck is that? What is that? Yeah. I didn't know. Now I know. And here's the thing, home. We said this yesterday, day before, last week, whatever it was. Now that we know, and it's true, it's absolutely true, right? Epstein helped fund Bitcoin core development back in 2015. He did. It's fact. It's absolutely true. And I was talking to Henry, and we talked on the show. I'm like, and guess what? Nobody's going to care. With the things we say we care about in this space, right? The whole, like, we're the bank now. You know what I mean? Like, the financial system's coming to us. We run it now. Just whatever, whatever it is about crypto that you loved and how it's different and it's punk rock and whatever. Nobody believes in any of that. All people care about is, are my bags worth more today? That's all people care about. So Epstein involvement in crypto, in Bitcoin development, should we care? Maybe. Does anybody actually care? Not a chance. No, nobody cares. We care about what meme coin are we playing today? What NFT are we flipping? Where can I make my few grand today? That's all we care about. I don't know. What the fuck is it? Is it sad? Is it what? I don't know. It's inevitable. That's what it is. So in here playing the game until there's the chance to get out of the game. That for me is the goal. It will always be the goal. What if, dude, Moonship, what if Epstein was Satoshi? What if? I don't believe it, right? But I mean, what if? Nobody would care. That's the what if. Nobody would care. If it were true, nobody would care. Wouldn't change a thing. Funny and all, yeah, nobody would care. Everything continues on. Nobody cares about the pureness of this and what it started. Actually, maybe the point there is when it started, maybe it wasn't as pure as we thought it was. Bitcoin white paper so revolutionary, right? Maybe it was not designed with such pure motives and intentions. Maybe not. You saw a casino make 500K on Monad yesterday from 3K. Who did that, dude? Who did that? Cosmos, good morning, man. Great to see you. Happy Thanksgiving, dude. What are you guys' plans today? You guys based in the States here, Thanksgiving, you do it? Is it just a day to chill and relax and not doing the big old feast? Love Thanksgiving, also don't. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot for, I don't want to say for nothing, because it's great having that day to like just kind of chill and hang out with your family and eat good food, right? Like that part's great. But I'd rather trade meme coins, No, I'm kidding. Half kidding. I'm not kidding. All right. Okay. Kathy Woods, or let's say ARK Invest, thinking liquidity's coming back. We hope. This is again from 1010 liquidity left. Market makers blown the BTFO, right? Coming back, setting up the Santa rally, setting up 26. I'm sorry, it's different. It's different. 26 is going to be a special year. I still hope. I believe 2026 is going to be a really, really great year. Beyond that, actually, what's interesting is, do we believe it's great beyond that? That I'm not very sure about. That I would not make the bet on yet. It'll be a scary thing if we get deep into next year and all of a sudden I'm saying 2027 is different. Please, if I do that, guys, please promise me you'll check me on that. If I start next year saying it's different, 2027 is going to cook, please check me on that. I'm probably going to say it. Hey, if things get euphoric next year, I'm probably going to be saying that. Can you use SlamAI to not train an LLM? Moonship, what do you mean? The answer is probably yes, but what do you mean? Use it and then do nothing with it? Luna, I don't know if I know. Is Casino a person, or are you just speaking like the house? Oh, Moonship. Yeah. Dude, yeah. I mean, you can tap into the data, do whatever you want with it. Yeah. In fact, we can give you credits and just play with it if you want. If you want, we'll give you some credits to dive in. Yeah, people can do whatever they want with it. There's people building dashboards off it, right? Like you can do whatever. We've given people access to it, and then they've done this like mass fucking download of data. Essentially, like I think like discovery. There's a word for it. There's a word for what they do. I'm trying to remember what it is, but basically like trying to research some of our methods. You know what I mean? Because we've got these proprietary calculations, right? We just have these cool proprietary formulas. It's how we figure out reputation and epoch and all those things that we track, IQ, stuff like that. And people come in and they'll just grab as much as they can with the free credits and just try to like reverse engineer it. But yeah, Moonship, DM me. I'll get you connected. Yes. Yeah, like a use case for it right now is agents. It is, um, feeding your LLMs, but it's anything you want. Does not have to be even agentic or AI related at all. Yeah, it's just blockchain data. ETH based comprehensive. All the other stuff, like the NFT stuff, is just about ready. We have it behind the scenes, but have it API ready. Basically there. By the way, I'm not sure I agree with this take. Love Yatsu. I don't know if I agree with this. Altcoins. Well, let me make sure I got the full take. Altcoins that will broadly outperform, in my humble opinion, are utility tokens, which we propose to call PAN, protocol, app, and network tokens. Okay. Disagree and agree. I agree that platforms that have a token that actually has utility and that is like got such demand that it can like drive price. Yeah. There's almost none of that. There's so little of that. I don't think I can even give you a single example, to be honest. Like, right, a platform token with so much utility that is setting the price. I don't have an example of it. Hoods, yeah. Turkey, love the tradition. Bummer, dude. Yeah, yep. Yeah, dude. Hoods can be rough. It's why man, dude, it's why it's like maybe the best part of Thanksgiving. The obvious part is just being thankful for the things we have. You don't know how long you have them. You don't. You don't. Oh God, I'll get all fucking sentimental on you guys here, but you don't. You have no idea. So that's really what the holidays for, right? The food and family, all that. It's the point is to be thankful for that food and family, and then we fucking celebrate with the abundance of it, and then we take it for granted, and it's silly, and it is what it is. But you have no fucking idea who's still here tomorrow, and what's still here. Casino, okay, the dude Casino. How the fuck did he do that on Monad, man? Oh, on meme coins, Chog. Okay. Oh fuck, dude. All right, it's probably time to get over in Monad. I'll say this too. If you're seeing wins like this, and yes, now we're seeing somebody turn $3,000, I guess, into almost $500,000. Okay, you see that, you start thinking you've already missed the good shit. But thank you, dude. Yeah, the thumbnail's pretty fucking great. I threw my headshot into ChatGPT. I just said, make me a turkey. Came out great. Came out fucking great. But I don't think it's I don't think it's late in Monad, because you got guys like me who didn't touch it. I bet you half of crypto Twitter, probably more than half of crypto Twitter, didn't touch it yet. You got the early guys, and they're eating right now, which is awesome. Actually, that's the title of the show. Time to eat. It might be. It might be. I think most of crypto Twitter did not get in Monad, is not trading there yet. And I know by the numbers of the show, and I know just because, like, that's my barometer for this space. When numbers are low, I know people are stepped away entirely. Holidays, yes, they step away entirely. Man, I think it's early enough to get over in Monad and get ahead of when a majority of people still come over there. They are coming. I think there's a chance. Monad's probably a place to be playing right now. You see wins like that, then yeah, it probably is. Back at you, Hoods. Took him 5 minutes. He set up a snipe on it with Bloombot. He sniped that shit probably right when it launched, I guess. $3,500 a bill. Crazy. Yeah, Moonship, I'm a coin flip on that. I can see it. To me, that makes sense. No one's going to remember Monad in 3 months. And especially yesterday, we mentioned a year out. Ghost Chain, probably. It's one of those things. These new blockchains, they all do that. There has been no L2 or other L1s. There's been no other chains that have not played out that way. None of them. I mean, I'm talking like Polygon and Ronin and like any blockchain you name, they've all played out that way. Base might be an exception, but we're still at the might phase, right? Ape Chain's the same. They're all like this. There's nothing happening here. At least the things that are happening aren't things that matter. So Monad, why wouldn't it be exactly that? Mega ETH, why wouldn't it be like that? It's one of those things that thesis plays out, right? That's how it plays out until it doesn't. I'm sorry, but if we're not growing our user base, Sonium, same thing, right? All these other blockchains, nothing's happening. I can't see how they break that trend if we're not growing the user base here. And if we're not innovating with new cool apps and new cool tech and new cool things and experiments, if we're not doing that, why would it play out any differently? The answer is it won't play out differently. It changes when what? Something changes. It changes when something changes, when the masses come back. And I don't think that's when stimmies go out next year and people have a little money to play with. That's not real. That's nothing sustainable. That's the casino getting fed. So I have to expect that Monad plays out the same way. But blast vibes, yeah. I'm sorry, but like if day one the biggest app was virtual beer pong, to me that's a perfect sign for where it's going. We'll see with Mega ETH. I still lean towards like Mega ETH having more of a chance, having more legs than Monad, but I don't know. I would take dead. I see Ape Chain. In fact, they hit all-time high transactions just a few weeks back. So I see Ape Chain and I see building there. Well, doesn't Mega ETH win their Moonship if Cool Tech is TPS? Isn't that now Mega ETH? But like, dude, Ape Chain or Base, I think Base is the best example we have of an L2 that actually has some like builders and some products. And really the biggest ones are what? Aerodrome, Virtuals. I can't even really throw Limitless in there because I just don't think anything's happening there now. But Virtuals, I can't think of anything else. And yes, you have what? Warpcast, but Base is the only ecosystem I can point to that actually looks like it's got potential. I don't feel it anywhere else. Ape Chain I'm rooting for, but I hope Luna. I do. I really do hope. I hope Lighter is the exception too. Hyper EVM's another one, and they've got their product and I think growing products, but we'll see. Base, I don't know. I feel like Base is special. I feel like Base is different. Abstract, yeah, same. Throw it in that mix too. What's happening there? Nothing. And I love that Luca at least like acknowledges that there's nothing happening there. Nothing. How fucking funny is this, by the way? The creator coins on base. Remember, Jesse launched his creator token early this week. Was it late last week? Whatever. Okay. The creator tokens and the fees you earn is the, like, you know, that's the selling point for Zora and the content coins over there, right? That's the selling point. When we had those strategy tokens on ETH, first thing that came up is, right, we all said, well, what happens when somebody sets up another LP, bypasses the main LP, where the fees go back to whatever, to the treasury? What happens when somebody sets up another LP? And so strategy had to future proof. They had to change what? They had to change the new contracts so you couldn't trade them elsewhere. Well, what happens on Zora when the same thing happens? And it's exactly what happened. Somebody set up an LP, a separate LP, where the fees don't go to the creator, or less of the fees do, or, well, no fees, I think. They break it. I don't know. That makes me happy to see. Not because I'm hoping people don't make the money on their token traded, but it's just people are going to break this stuff. And people, man, that liquidity will go where's the cheapest fees. It's funny. That's all. It's just funny. It's just funny. That's all it is. Something I need to dive into. I heard this on the Modern Market this morning, but something with IBIT, I am not going to pretend to understand this. Actually, I'm going to grok this real quick. But NASDAQ filed to increase options limits to 1 mil from 25,000 a year ago on IBIT. Again, that's whose ETF is that? The Bitwise? I think that's the Bitwise Bitcoin ETF. I think. Let's check. But the dude who was talking about this on Modern Market said that that this is supposedly a very, very big deal. Like a very, very big deal for Bitcoin. Let me see. Let's see. NASDAQ ISE filed with the SEC on November 26th to raise position. Hang on. Can I make this bigger? Let's see. To raise position and exercise limits for options on BlackRock's. It's BlackRock iShares Bitcoin Trust from 250,000 to 1 mil contracts, a 40x increase from the initial 25,000 contract limit set in late 24. What does that mean, though? Why? Adjustment reflects surging trading volume in IBIT options. Okay. The change signals market maturing infrastructure for Bitcoin derivatives in regulated markets, enhancing liquidity for hedging and speculation while drawing in traditional finance players, though it may amplify price volatility. Oh, that's what we want, dude. I mean, that's what we want. Good morning, Mickey. Good to see you, man. It's what we want. We want more volatility. We didn't like the stability. Honestly, we didn't like the stability that ETFs brought. And that's what they did bring. More volume, but less volatility. So more derivatives based around the IBIT ETF, I guess. More volatility. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Want it. Need it. Need it, bros. It's a good thing. Okay. So again, I think the community is very, very, very hyped about this. It's not the info stream I'm in. I didn't see any of this, but again, the guy who was talking about this on Modern Market said the where he's looking, people are very excited about this, that this has got people very optimistic for next year. But bag bias, of course. Oh, hey, if we get Ukraine-Russia peace, okay, 6 months ago, this would have moved the market. Does it now? Russia agrees to the peace plan. This is not official, but agrees to it and can be used as a basis for future agreements. Look, if there's a peace agreement signed by both sides, does it move the market? The Russia thing's fascinating, dude. It's just perfect example of who knows what to believe. You know, Putin says Russia doesn't want to attack Europe. It's laughable. It's a lie. I want to believe it. I do believe it. And I'm probably told I shouldn't believe it. I don't know. Does it move the market if a peace agreement signed? Gravity. Yeah. I love that. Russia agrees to Russia's plan. We get a third of Ukraine. They have to disband their military, get rid of all their missiles, all their weapons. We agree. Yeah. Fucking funny, Gravity. So crazy. That might be my favorite comment of the day, dude. Ooh, let's see. Again, Tom Lee on a roll right now. The 10 best Bitcoin days of the year haven't happened yet. He expects Bitcoin to break above 100, potentially a new all-time high before the end of the year. Imagine, dude, imagine the euphoria. Just imagine it. I know you don't believe in it. Just imagine it. Close your eyes. Close your eyes and imagine Bitcoin runs up to 100, but doesn't stop. Runs up to 105, 7, 10. Rockets up to 119.20. And we're like, okay, calm down, boys. There's no way. There's no way. Luna's shorting the fuck out of the market. Can't push the buttons fast enough to lock in those shorts. And then all of a sudden, Bitcoin blasts past 125, 135. It just keeps going and going and going. And then we start saying, holy fuck. The Clarity Act just passed. We've got a new Fed chair. We've got that retirement money coming in. We've got, right? Well, all these, we got this coming. All these catalysts. We got the airdrops. What? And it doesn't stop. That's it. That's it, boys. Gravity's already in his Lambo. He's already in his Lambo. E-Rock sees it. He's feeling it. Luna's selling his car and his shoes to short more Bitcoin. I love it, dude. Yeah, I mean, I'm betting on the Santa rally. Keeps going. It doesn't stop, boys. It doesn't stop at 130. It doesn't stop there. We're all-time high, and we're so happy, and what the fuck's going on? We're still in extreme fear. What's happening here? It doesn't stop. It's going higher. We're at 145, 150. Tom Lee's still on CNBC talking about us going to 300. What's going on? Michael Saylor won't get off X, saying this is nothing. We're going to 20 mil. And we start doing it. 150 is nothing. We start heading 160, 170, 200 happens. Tom Lee was right. Tom Lee's right. And all of a sudden we are doing a show saying, holy shit, boys, it really is different this time. It really is fucking different. And these predictions for Bitcoin 1 million 2030, it's holy shit, we might hit it this year in 26. Oh, wait, maybe we don't have room left in 26, but 27, it's different. Oh my God, 27's in play now. Okay. What if? Then super normies. The normies, retail, we are retail. Again, make no mistake, we're retail, but the super normies, who that's what I call the people who are not retail like us, who are here. The super normies, all of a sudden are seeing, what the fuck's going on? Bitcoin was 80K. It was 80K. And you're telling me right now it's 160 and that happened in just a couple months and I could have doubled my wealth? The super normies start paying attention. The super normies start flooding in. The super normies want some action. They want that beautiful digital gold too, man. They start getting it. Donald Trump announces that we're starting to buy Bitcoin. We're buying 200,000 Bitcoin a year. Strategic reserves getting filled, man. And then we look back in 28 and Bitcoin's back at 16K. And we remember it was the friends we made along the way, you know? We're thankful for it. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Next week, Tom Lee says Bitcoin's going to 1 mil in 2 days. Whatever. Hey, it would be fun. It would be fun. And I think I am with him. I'm with him with parts of this. I'm with him. I mean, man, we had some good days this year. We did. But I'm with him that we may have a stretch that is the best stretch of Bitcoin action, price action this year yet. I'm with him that we might see that still. What's our best stretch here? Our best stretch is what? 76K, that's April 8th. So let's say 76 up to, let's just say 100 in a month. Let's say, yeah. So Bitcoin up 25% in a month. Oh, we could do that again. Easy, guys. Okay. All of a sudden, I get that. That makes some sense. That makes perfect sense, man. Okay. Can Bitcoin do 25%, a 25% increase we've got a month to go? Can it do that? Yeah. Dude, Bitcoin could be up 30, 40% in a month. Extreme hopium. Yeah, I know. Extreme hopium. Could it do it? Yeah. Absolutely could do that. QT ends, hang on, what day? QT ends Sunday. I don't know if there's like weekend. I don't know how that works. I'm a fucking idiot. But QT ends, well, let's just say December 1st, 4 days. In 4 days, quantitative tightening ends. It is not the start of quantitative easing, but it is the end of quantitative tightening. That has an effect in the market. TGA is starting to empty out. In fact, hang on, let's go see what it's at now. Because government reopen means the TGA is spending, releasing funds. Let's see what the TGA. It was at a trill. TGA was at. Are these numbers right? TGA was at $1 trillion. Oh, it's still basically there. It's barely started. Okay, as of what? Like 2 days ago, TGA was at 931 bill. How far that empties out, don't know. It may be game time soon. It may be time. Rate cuts, TGA spending or emptying, quantitative tightening ending, Clarity Act passing. And next year just might be that. It might be that special thing that we were hoping this year and gets extended to next year. It just might happen. In fact, I'm betting it happens. I don't want to see Luna shorts get wrecked, by the way, at all. I want us all to be right, but in this case, someone's got to be right. Someone's got to be wrong. I can't wait, boys. New Fed chair. Trade deal with China. Actually, hang on. That trade deal with China was supposed to be signed by today. At least that was the goal, right? By Thanksgiving, trade deal signed. But we still have that domino to fall too. So trade deal, some of the tariff shit bubbles up again still. But what if we get the end of the Russia-Ukraine war, the trade deal with China, and again, all these other things we mentioned, and then it's stimmy season, and I'm talking U.S. government, like a check, a tax return, that kind of stimmy, but I'm talking about all the token airdrops too. We have a lot of life ahead of us. We have a lot of life ahead of us in this market. And I think I just got to be done saying in this cycle. But in this market over the next year, a lot of life ahead of us. I think we've got maybe some of our biggest wins this cycle. Again, I don't want to use the term, but, some of our biggest wins from this cycle, and I hope you had plenty of them already. I've had some great ones. I hope you guys have had great ones too, but I think our best ones may also still be ahead of us too. Maybe. Meme coin trenches come back. NFTs get some life. Stimmy season, right? It may be there. It may be there. All depend. Yes. Yeah. Moonship. We live and die by literally the words out of his mouth, and it sucks. But it is how it is. So, all right, boys, we will wrap there. Hey, it's great to end on like a little bullish note, right? And I think we're going to have a lot of this, by the way. I don't think that's a now thing. I think we're going to have some really, really bullish shows here over the rest of the year, through the end of the year, because I do think exciting things are coming. And the thing I can't wait for the most, guys, my favorite fucking thing in all of this, when we do the show and we're vibing together and you guys are telling me your wins, and we've seen some big ones this year. Us sharing our wins is my favorite fucking thing about all of this. And I feel like we're about to see a whole bunch of them come through the end of the year and throughout next year. And I can't wait for that. We got some great shit ahead of us, boys. Can't wait. All right. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. I hope it's magical. I do. I hope it's so fucking great. And I'll be back here live tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time. We're not going to be an hour early, although maybe I will tweet if I go live early. I will do a spaces tomorrow like we do on the Friday show. So you guys come up and chat. It'll be casual like today, but Friday show, it's on, game on. Be disgustingly full still. Can't wait. Can't wait. DK the GOAT. Eat turkey, eat gravy, eat those mashed taters. All of it. All of it. And leave no waste. All right. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, boys. Be grateful for what we got, man. So we've had a lot, and it's been magic. It will still be magic. Oh, boy. I'm excited. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Happy Thanksgiving. Goodbye.